Hi, folks. My name is Byron Komanek. I'm the owner and manager of Jack Solar Garden here in Boulder County, Colorado, and the director of the Colorado Agrivoltaic Learning Center, which is a small nonprofit organization based here at my family's farm, where we provide different types of educational opportunities for youth, folks in our community, as well as policymakers, because we can't get much changed unless we have policymakers better understanding what's possible for our future. So we provide agrivoltaic related educational opportunities from tours, events, workshops, webinars, and presentations like this one. Let me welcome you out to Jack Solar Garden, where if you come out to my family's farm, this is probably the first thing that you'd see is our sign here with my house on the left side and our silo behind. My grandfather Jack bought this land back in 1972, and it's been in my family since. Back in 2020, we took our north pasture, which is one of three pastures that's about 8 acres in size, and so pictured here, and pounded in over 2,300 steel I-beams at varying lengths between, I believe, 15 and 19 feet long. Put up 3,276 solar panels. Two-thirds of the property, the panels are flat at about 6 feet high, and the other third is flat about 8 feet high. It's a single-axis tracking system, so it follows the sun east to west over the course of the day. And it turned into a 1.2 megawatt DC community solar garden, 960 kilowatt AC system that is built to maximize energy production, because my family put up our farm as collateral to the bank to build it. So we needed to make sure that we produce as much energy as possible. But we changed three things to help enable for agrivoltaics. One, we elevated the panels a little bit higher so that people, machinery, and vegetation have more space. Two, we had improved wire management. So we have wires tucked up underneath solar panels where it's more difficult for the people to have their fingers be able to hit the panels or hit the wires. And three, we reduced land degradation. So working with our construction team to reduce the amount of traffic out on site. Those are the three important aspects of how our system was built. We also, after the system was built in 2021, we ripped and tilled the land to be able to provide space for crops to be able to be grown. And we worked with Sprout City Farms, which is a local nonprofit farming organization, to do this. Here you can see the women in 2023 that were the farm labor for that season, setting up drip tape and planting tomatoes. All of our water comes from fire hydrant, pressure reduced out into drip tape. Over 2 acres of land is underneath, is in vegetable crop production. And here you can see a lot of the veggies grown. Sprout City Farms folks have grown over 25,000 pounds of food in the past few years underneath our panels, from carrots, tomatillos, beans, tomatoes, eggplant, garlic, radishes, onions, kale, chard, potatoes. You name the market garden vegetable, they've probably grown it underneath our panels. And what's been fun is this past season, they actually set up the very first CSA, which is community supported agriculture, underneath solar panels in the US. So here they were, where people would pay up front at the beginning of the season to be able to come and collect food throughout the course of the season, grown underneath our solar panels. I've been eating the food underneath our panels for years and tastes quite tasty. We also work with different research institutions on site, from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory to Colorado State University and the University of Arizona, studying the different types of vegetation and how they respond to the different microclimates underneath our solar panels. Here you can see graduate students from the University of Arizona in 2022 conducting a diurnal study. So they use machinery, or I guess instrumentation, I should say, to monitor how well the different varieties of different crops that being grown were utilizing the sunlight they were exposed to on an hourly basis throughout the course of the day in the different microclimates that were set up here. It might be difficult to see from some of these pictures, but we have three different microclimates: one that gets morning sun, one that gets midday sun, and one that gets afternoon sun. And the difference between morning sun and afternoon sun in Colorado is that the afternoon sun is a lot hotter. In the morning, it could be 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit when it's first getting direct sunlight, while in the afternoon, it could be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So these are important distinctions. While the morning sun and afternoon sun also only get about 50 to 55% daily sunlight. The middle bed gets closer to 70% of daily sunlight. Here's Amy Marble. She works for the University of Arizona, where she actually does all the measurements throughout the course of the year. So she'll count all the leaves on each plant. She counts the flowers on them. She measures the girth of the plants, how large they're growing out, and she harvests the different fruits or product that we want from the different varieties of crops, and then weighs them out and figures out which variety of which crop does best in which of our microclimates. One fun thing that we were doing with her in the 2023 season was, after she harvested and weighted these different tomatoes, as you can see here, or a variety of other ones, we did taste tests. So the yellow one there, we were doing some taste tests between the morning sun, midday sun, and afternoon sun. And what we were finding is that the morning sun side tasted more watery, while the afternoon sun tasted more acidic, and the midday sun tasted like what you would get out of the grocery store. So this has implications on, maybe there's a different time of day that you want to harvest these different crops, or maybe you have chefs that want a particular taste of a variety of crop. And so then you figure out which bed you want to put it in. Once we figure out where we want to put these crops, why would we ever put them anywhere else? Because we've optimized their growth. And so that's the role of Amy here on site. We also work with the Colorado State University, and that's these fellas, that were measuring ecosystem services, like the amount of CO2 being sequestered in the soil by measuring what's being emitted, to the grassland health, how well the different types of grasses that we have out here were responding to water stress tests, thermal stress tests. And they went out and collected forage at these different microclimates similar to the vegetables to figure out where the forage was growing the healthiest and most nutritious. And we were learning that within our solar array, we were getting between 90 to 95% of the forage that we would get outside of our solar array, which is good for me, not good for a normal grazer, I would suppose. But for me, I have 100% of the possible renewable energy being produced above ground, and below it, I'm getting still 90 to 95% of the grassland that I would need for animals or for continuing our haying operation. So that was fun to learn, and they're going to continue doing work on our field coming years, especially looking towards soil microbiology. We work with Wish Garden Herbs to learn more about what types of perennial herb crops that we can grow. Here is yarrow to silver sage, clary sage, and behind these ladies is monarda. We've grown peppermint, lemon balm, boneset, sweetgrass, culinary sage, thyme, rosemary, oregano, a variety of different types of crops, so that we could learn more about what grows best, and then we can plant it better in the future. But we do more than just vegetation. We bring out people. We've had over 4,000 people within our solar array over the past few years. I think we have to be the most visited solar array site in our country, where we have farm to table dinners, tours, workshops, painting programs. We have a variety of different opportunities for folks to come out, learn more about solar energy, see how you can build these things safe for people to be able to operate in, and as well learn about growing different types of vegetation. We provide a stipend each year to a different artist on the farm to do something interesting with our space and bring in community. We teach young people, had over 1,000 high school students over the past few years come out to visit us. And this helps us create community, whereas before, we didn't really have people coming out, hanging out on my grassland pastures. Now, within our solar array, we have people being interested in visiting and seeing what we're about. Also on site, we're interested in showcasing what's possible within solar arrays, from chickens and waterfowl to incorporating what I think is the most important thing to work towards, is integrating cattle within a solar array. A lot of the land in the world is ranch land, where we have cattle out on it, and as temperatures get hotter, these animals are going to be more stressed, either producing less meat or dying. So being able to have shade for these animals will be important to our beef industry in the future. If you're interested in learning more about what we do, go to www.coagrivoltaic.org to see webinars that we post and record online. We have workshops here at Jack Solar Garden if you want to fly from New Zealand to come visit us. And we have a variety of different videos and more guidance documents that we'll be providing over time. But appreciate you all's interest in agrivoltaics, and I hope to see you out here at Jack Solar Garden sometime in the future. Take care.